Something strange is happening in India's so-called right wing. It looks powerful, it rules the country, it dominates the headlines, but if you peel back the layers, you will see itself tearing itself apart. The latest battlefield, a think tank called Observer Research Foundation and the foreign minister's own family. Why is the right wing eating its own? Well, that's the story tonight on the Squirrels.in. In the last few days, Observer Research Foundation has suddenly found itself in the eye of a storm. Social media warriors are calling it compromised. They accuse it of spying on diplomats, of misleading India's foreign policy, even of sabotaging relations with the United States of America. But the attacks just don't stop there. They zoom in on this one man, Jaishankar, head of ORF's US branch and son of India's External Affairs Minister. The charge that his family ties make him a weak link in Indian diplomacy. Honestly, this isn't the first time that the right wing has gone after one of its own. During Prime Minister Modi's first term, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval was discredited, not directly, but through his son Shaurya Doval's business links with the sheikhs in Gulf countries. The insinuation was that the NSA himself was allegedly compromised. Today, it's the same playbook, only the names have changed. It was Shaurya then, it's Dhruv now. And then came Operation Sindoor between the 7th and 10th of May. Suddenly, dozens of right-wing handlers began attacking Jaishankar's family. His wife is foreign, it was alleged. His son lives abroad, it was accused. And the question planted in people's mind was, just how Swadeshi is this model? The timing was no coincidence. India's ties with America was worsening after the US President Donald Trump made unsubstantiated claims that he had brokered peace between India and Pakistan. Washington ended up imposing record tariffs. Pakistan was back in American favor as it used to be during the Cold War, and somebody had to be blamed. The scapegoat chosen this time was Jaishankar through his family members, rather than Prime Minister Modi himself making this Indo-US relationship all around himself by striking rapport with three successive presidents, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Trump, the third of whom obviously was too much of a maverick to bank upon. So what's really going on here, folks? The truth is uncomfortable. India's right wing doesn't have an ecosystem. It doesn't have institutions. It doesn't even have a philosophy of its own. It survives on jealousy, pessimism, and infighting. Think back, in 2014, when Modi invited 150 influencers, the rest turned on them, green with envy. In 2015, when he invited journalists, editors were treated better than reporters. The result? A massive PR disaster. The right wing thrives on one thing, pulling one of their own always down. Now add to this corporate rivalry. ORF has been bankrolled by Mukesh Ambani for a long time. Last year, Mr. Ambani met Sonia Gandhi, ostensibly to invite her to his son's grand wedding. Online, that gesture was considered as conspiratorial nexus. Then comes Gautam Adani, who floats his own think tank called Chintan Research Foundation. Adani versus Ambani, ORF versus Chintan. This entire competition was dressed up as nationalist outrage. Now contrast this with India's liberal class. The lawyers are amongst the richest, the best. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Kapil Sibal, Prashant Bhushan. All of them take up case after case against the government, always pro bono. Look at the other side. Mukul Rohtagi, Arun Jaitley's favorite, who resigned as Attorney General because the job ended up hurting his private practice. Given a chance to serve his country, he chose the black robes, and the great financial benefits would come with those black robes. Actress Shabana Azmi recalls how the CPM left her father, Kaifi Azmi, with only 40 rupees for monthly liabilities.
देखिए 9 साल की उम्र तक मैं रेड फ्लैग हॉल एक कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी का कम्यून था जिसमें 8 ख़ानदान रहते थे, 8 फैमिलीज़ रहती थी, जिनके पास सिर्फ एक 220 स्क्वायर फुट का कमरा था और एक छोटी सी बालकनी थी जिसको मम्मी ने अपना किचन बना लिया था। 8 फैमिलीज़ के पास सिर्फ एक बाथरूम था और एक टॉयलेट था। तो कम्यून जैसा सिचुएशन वहाँ था, लेकिन उसमें जो लोग रहते थे, अली सरदार जाफरी, कैफी आज़मी, मुनीश नारायण सक्सेना, सावन कुमार, बहुत सारे इस तरह के बहुत बड़े लोग उसमें रहते थे। हमारे यहाँ पैसे बिल्कुल भी नहीं थे, क्योंकि कैफी साहब कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी के मेंबर थे और जो भी पैसे वो कमाते थे वो कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी को जाते थे, और सिर्फ 40 रुपए महीना कैफी साहब को मिलता था अपने खानदान को चलाने के लिए।
But his real support came from mushairas and literary circuits organized by the ecosystem. Activist writer Arundhati Roy, who lives in one of Delhi's most expensive neighborhoods, while her pamphlets shape the way students of European universities learn about India. Imagine a person who very openly hates the idea of India, teaching impressionable minds what India is. Yogendra Yadav had the UPA government's projects and platforms until he turned a rebel in 2012-13. Well, he's back now promoting anything that Rahul Gandhi stands for. His past sins forgiven, and the Aam Aadmi Party, which was born out of the support that the RSS Swayamsevaks had lent to India against corruption, filled its decision-making political executive with communists from the Jawaharlal Nehru University, Greenpeace activists, and Ford Foundation beneficiaries. On the right side, what do we see? Anand Raghunathan, a microbiologist, J. Sai Deepak, an engineer turned lawyer, brilliant minds, perhaps, but always dismissed by historians simply because they do not hold acceptable, credible credentials. Facts don't matter. In India's elite institutions, pedigree counts as much as facts. And the left, the liberal class, has owned these institutions for decades. Now, Narendra Modi may be the most powerful leader of his generation, may be the smartest politician that we've seen in a long time, but he's not built these lasting institutions that would have shaped narratives. The day Modi goes, if that happens, the left will take back everything. Sangh appointees will be dismissed, school textbooks will once again start diminishing Hindu civilization, just the way Arjun Singh had detoxed books ordered by his predecessor, Murli Manohar Joshi. India will vote against Israel and in favor of Palestine at the UN. The United States will return to Pakistan. Pakistan-backed terrorism will go unpunished. And it will almost be as if this entire decade never really happened. And that, to my mind, is real tragedy. The liberal class, the left, built an ecosystem that outlasts government. The right has failed. Instead, it wages petty wars. Ambani versus Adani, influencers versus influencers. Yesterday Ajit Doval, now as Jaishankar, tomorrow someone else. The target keeps changing. The self-destruction is permanent. So here's the question, folks. Is the Indian right wing destined to destroy itself from within? Or will it ever learn to build what its rivals mastered decades ago? Institutions, networks, and a shared vision. Until then, every new controversy from Shaurya Doval then to Dhruva Jaishankar today will only be the sound of right wing's own implosion. Unless the right wing or the people who consider themselves to be right wing come out of this self-inflicted phobia of becoming these great WhatsApp warriors and Twitter warriors, things are not going to change. They will miss the wood for the trees. There will always be a couple of days of massive outrage on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. And no difference will be made when it comes to the actual war of narrative building. Well, if you like this video, do subscribe in our comment section. You can follow us on our YouTube handle or our X handle.